The text message arrived at 2:17 a.m. Not from her. From an unknown number. A simple sentence, "You should get tested." No name, no explanation. It rested there on my screen, a silent accusation. She slept peacefully across the room, breathing steady, as though the world were exactly as it should be. I didn't wake her. I lay still, eyes on the ceiling, remembering something she'd said weeks before. Once a month is enough. She'd said it calmly, practically, like she was budgeting groceries instead of rationing intimacy. I'd nodded then, said nothing, filed the feeling away. But now the message had cracked something open. I watched her chest rise and fall and wondered how long she had slept this easily, how many nights she'd turned away from me toward something or someone else. I didn't look at the phone again. I didn't need to. Something had already shifted. Quietly. Permanently. By morning, I'd be a different man. We had been married 7 years, long enough for routines to feel like permanence, long enough for silence to replace arguments, long enough for touch to become optional. She was tired, she said, overworked, drained. I believed her because it was easier than questioning the growing gaps. The late meetings, the sudden privacy with her phone, the way she'd shower as soon as she came home, as if washing something off. I told myself logical stories, kind ones, until the intimacy didn't just dwindle, it was scheduled. Once a month is enough. That sentence wasn't about desire. It was about control, about deciding what I deserved. I filed for divorce a week later. No confrontation, no drama. Just clean clinical paperwork. She didn't cry. She looked relieved. That should have been my first confirmation. Instead, it was the second message that came, 2 days after she was served. A file attachment. No text, just a PDF. I didn't open it right away. I made coffee, answered emails, took a shower. I needed to be calm before I let truth into the room. When I opened the file, it wasn't what I expected. Phone records, mine, not hers. Highlighted dates, times, locations. Someone had mapped my life with precision. Every night, she'd claimed to be working late. Every weekend, she'd needed space. There was a second file. Photos, not explicit, never careless. Always distant. Her car parked outside a townhouse I didn't recognize. Her reflection in a window beside a man's silhouette. Her hand, unmistakably hers, resting on a forearm that wasn't mine. I didn't confront her. I didn't call a lawyer. I watched. I checked shared cloud backups, old logins she'd forgotten to change, a burner email she thought was invisible. And there I found it. A calendar, color-coded, precise. Me, marked in gray. Him, marked in red. Once a month wasn't restraint. It was scheduling. The DNA report arrived 3 days later. I'd ordered it after noticing the timing. The overlaps. The math she hadn't bothered to hide. I invited her over to sign the final papers. She walked in confident, controlled. I slid the envelope across the table. She opened it, read it, then read it again. Her face didn't collapse at first. It froze, as if her body needed permission to react. "That's not possible," she said. I didn't argue, didn't raise my voice. I just watched her understand that the child she was carrying, announced to friends, but not yet to me, wasn't mine. The silence stretched. Then she started crying anyway. "I know about him," I said finally. Not his name, not the details, just the truth. Her mouth open, closed. I stood and gathered my coat. "The divorce goes through as planned. You'll explain the rest to whoever you need to." She tried to touch my arm. I stepped back. "I didn't leave because of once a month," I said. "I left because you thought I was something you could manage." That broke her. Control always does when it's exposed. I walked out before she could say his name. I don't think about her much now. Sometimes I remember the calm on her face when she thought she'd gotten away with it. Sometimes I remember how easily she underestimated me. I didn't take revenge. I took clarity. She lost the version of me who would have stayed, and that was the only leverage she ever had. Once was enough. Forever was never an option.